Paul.
On the line. Good morning, Sarge.
Hey, Hoppity. Good morning. Hope everybody's staying safe. God bless everybody.
God
Sarge,
bless you.
I just want to start off by asking, how are you doing?
Doing good. Been doing a lot of different things with at home and, of course, here at work. So balancing work and what's important is at home is really, it's been fun. It's been challenging, but, nonetheless, it's really what is needed to be done. So
Right, and now you guys have been stepped up. We know in the press conference a couple of days ago, the governor said, "Hey, I asked the chief, what can you guys do? I don't have the power to do the whole checkpoints, whatever police." So you guys are doing what you can do, right? Which is
Yes.
this omnipresence and being out there. And let's talk a little bit about this from start to finish, Sarge, the mobilization of the Guam Police Department.
Yes, so, when we talk about the omnipresence, we understand that, because of the home isolation, of course, based on the executive order by the governor, we want to make sure that there's still safety and security in the community. So in providing the omnipresence, we're seeing more of the officers out there doing traffic enforcement. And I want to assure the community we still have our basic, structure with patrol function. Our investigators are still attached to the Criminal Investigation Division. We still have our curfew task force and, of course, our COVID-19 response team. But, with the uptick in fatalities and, I'm waiting for the approval. We just had one earlier this morning. So this brings our numbers of our fatal crashes to number 8. And, we are only in April, and that's the 4th month of the year. And we're seeing, 8 fatalities in 4 months. It's really, we're seeing an uptick of that, and we're stepping up and we're ramping up our speed enforcement in the daytime, and of course we made the announcement of the DUI checkpoints or DWI checkpoints. So this is really to address the issues of what's happening with our fatalities, and of course providing the omnipresence, assuring the community that the Guam Police Department is there to assure the safety and security within the community. But you'd be surprised, since we started doing our speed or our traffic enforcement, we've been really hitting vehicles that are traveling way beyond 35, and it's people are forgetting that there are still laws and there's still rules that they need to follow, and it's important that we maintain order and we maintain the calm, and of course we provide the safety and security. So these are the efforts in which the Guam Police Department has been providing to the community prior to the onset of COVID, and of course where we are now with the COVID operations.
Because there are less people on the roads, because you said that people are traveling, speeding, is that what we're seeing? Because there's less people on the roads, that people are taking advantage of that and thinking that they can go a gazillion miles per hour, and that's where we're seeing some of the fatalities?
There's a lot of things that are attributed to the fatalities, but when we do crash investigation, we look. That's one of our top 3 tiers is speed, alcohol, or inattentive driving. So we can eliminate one of the 3 factors, which is speed, and of course provide the education and assuring the community that our guys are there for a purpose, and that's really to educate. Although you may receive a citation, and I'll be honest with you, when we started doing this, we've clocked somebody going 90 miles per hour. We've also clocked somebody going 85 miles per hour, and that's fast.
Yeah.
I do want to say what I want to say, but I can't because of FCC regulation, and that in police language, that is freaking fast, and it's
official terms, no, Sarge, that is freaking fast, bro.
It is, and being a former crash investigator, when you look at metal when it's mangled based on speed and the crush analysis, it's who's going to survive that? Nobody's going to survive that. So, people need to take into account that although there's a lot of things that are closed, there's a lot of business that are closed, people are home, the roads are not an open Autobahn where people can be driving at that rate of speed. So we want to make sure that people understand, and we want to bring bring down the fatalities by eliminating one of 3 of the top tiers of the causation of the crash, which is speed, impaired driving, and of course inattentive driving.
So, preliminarily, was there any indication that the last few crashes involved alcohol?
We're looking at speed, and of course,
Okay, so mainly
with the alcohol, and of course all the other impairments, we would need to wait for the autopsy and of course the toxicology report. And unfortunately, since the onset of COVID, the restrictions of flying in our pathologists from the U.S. mainland or even Saipan, they would have to forego a 14-day quarantine. So their primary area where they practice, it's really the call for and the need of. So that's where we are, based on with our fatal investigation is really determining the toxicology reports to find out whether that alcohol or any other drugs were factors of the crash. But with the last few crashes, we've actually we're leaning towards speed based on some of the calculation and of course the evidence that are gathered. And these are things that you put a combination of speed and impaired driving, it's something bad is really going to happen.
Can you just provide us the information on this latest fatality, where it happened, what time?
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a call. The editor precinct received a call around 1 o'clock this morning. A passerby called it in, and our officers arrived on scene on route. The crash occurred in Route 15. This is the back road to Anderson, and it was right by the former Anderson South housing area. Vehicle was found off the roadway, and preliminary reports had indicated it collided with a concrete utility pole. Medical units were there on scene, and they rendered that the male lone operator of the vehicle, or lone occupant of the vehicle, the operator, was lifeless and pulseless, and was transported immediately straight to the morgue and bypassed any life-saving measures. It was, it's that instant, that tragic. So, that's where we are. The official release should be coming out soon. I'm waiting for the approval from, of course, my upper command. So once we get that and we put that out there, just to bring into reality, that's our 8th fatal crash that occurred on our roadways of Guam. And when we just had one, I believe, 2 days ago, three days ago. So,
and there was one in Talafofo. That was I want to say like a week and a half, maybe on a Saturday. I remember I responded.
Yeah, so these are things that are happening, outside of what's going on with COVID. So, when we made the announcement of the DWI checkpoints, it was really to address the issue of what's happening with our fatalities. But the message was there, to prevent this from happening, just stay home.
Yeah.
Stop the spread and stay home. And I mean, realistically, why are we going to really be going looking for places to drink and party and stuff when the executive order speaks for itself? Stay home, man.
Yeah,
this is some serious stuff we're dealing with.
So hopefully, if everything goes right, you guys are going to set up a DWI checkpoint, and you're just going to be looking at each other, because everyone's staying home.
Hope so. We hope so.
Perfect world.
We've been we've been fielding questions of how we're going to actually implement and deploy our DUI operations, and I want to assure the community that our officers that are out there doing the speed enforcement, we have PPEs, they have masks, they have gloves, they understand the social distancing. All they're asking for is just driver's license, registrations, and insurance, and of course decon, and of course how we decon ourselves after every operation. It's we've every officer has gone through the training and donning and doffing PPEs and stuff. So there's an understanding, and of course the question was asked, when you do your DWI, how are you gonna provide samples of alcohol or drugs? So we have a protocol. We have a unit directive from Highway Patrol in how to deal with if somebody should administer the breath test, how we're going to properly deploy that, and of course utilize that unit directive so that we can safeguard not just the person that's taking it for the suspicion of driving while impaired, or and also our officers that are working. So the checkpoints are not going to ask you, why aren't you home? It's really the greeting process when you randomly are selected to,
why not?
We do ask them.
Yeah, they do.
Where are you going?
I got pulled over and not during COVID, and they asked me where I'm going.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's part of our greeting is half a day. Yeah. You've entered a DWI checkpoint. Where did you come from?
Right.
Have you been drinking, and where are you going? So we use that opportunity to find probable cause. And of course, with the passage of the recreational use of cannabis, that's one of the things we got to look for is sticky Dorito fingers and stuff like that. I'm kidding. It's not.
You got hot Cheeto dust all over your chin.
Yeah.
Where the weed at? Get out of the car.
Those are evidence, but our officers are trained. We
Yeah.
have advanced road.
That's not cocaine, officer. That's powdered donut sugar. You can test
That's
it.
the job to do. But yeah, that's the whole purpose. That's where we are, and we want to. Somebody asked, is this in line with COVID? And really, when we deploy our DWI checkpoints, it's in line with the holidays. As traditionally, this is spring break.
Mm-hmm.
Students are returning home from college, so we see an uptick of people going out, people visiting patronizing our local establishments, our local pubs and stuff. So in line with Christmas break, in line with the summer vacation, this is the time when we do our DWI enforcement. So it's in line with what we need to do and provide the service to the community.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate everything you're doing, everybody over at the Guam Police Department. I mean, if there are people driving around 90 miles per hour, you guys need to be out there.
Yeah, you guys don't want to go to DOC. They're dealing with their own little COVID crisis that, God bless them when we pray for the best, but definitely just stay home. I mean, the science is it's proven. Mm-hmm. It's proven scientifically. If you stay your ass home, you're not going to get into a car accident. You're not going to get DWI. You're not going to get a speeding ticket. You just stay home.
Yep. Let GPD stand around.
Yeah. Let you guys stand around and look at each other, all handsome policemen and women. Thank you,
man. We appreciate it.
Of course.
You guys stay safe and please continue to keep providing the community with the information that's needed and moving us forward. I think information sharing and both what we put out from the government and, of course, what the media puts out, I think it's really important as a holistic approach from the community. So thank you guys for everything that you guys do.
Thank Sarge. You. Sarge, I want to wish you and the family and, all the men and women in blue a happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you guys. Easter. God is risen. Take care, guys.
All right.
Wash your hands, Sarge.
Will do.
Okay. There you go. Sergeant Paul Tapao, 944.
That's freaking fast.
That's freaking fast. How many miles was that? Oh, freaking